Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I'd like to welcome you to the hashtag CAC Gift Exchange Art Crawl that's going on YouTube right now. It's being sponsored by the Creative Arts Collaboration, and if you want more information about that, head on down to the description box below this video and you can read all about it. For now, we're going to get started on this really pretty decoration or ornament or pendant, whatever you want to use it for. Come with me. I'll show you how you can do it with polymer clay, but then I can tell you how you can do it with other stuff too. Let's get started. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So what we're going to be doing today is using some of the original Sculpey. And this is the white Sculpey that comes in the big blocks. And it's a little bit crumbly when you first take it out of the package. But as you work it in your fingers, it becomes this wonderfully soft and smooth clay that after you bake it, according to whatever the manufacturer's instructions say, you can end up with these lovely, hard pieces of clay that are actually really smooth. And you can take a piece of sandpaper to it if you wanted and smooth it out even more. I don't mind if there's a few little divots and things. It just gives it some character. But all I did was roll it out. I used a piece of copper pipe because that's what I had that wasn't a food rolling pin. And I just rolled it out and used a plastic lid to cut my discs. And I used a piece of straw, drinking straw, to cut the holes. Just stamp the holes right out like that. Then I baked it according to the directions. And I ended up with these wonderful discs that you can draw and color on. I was so excited when I found out that I could draw on it with a colored pencil. And that the permanent marking pen, the Pigma Micron marking pens, would dry and not be smeary. That was really exciting to find out. So we're going to get started here on this ornament, and I'll talk more about it as I'm going along. I think maybe the center of this one is going to be some amber. Let's see, a cadmium orange and the yellowed orange, the canary yellow, and maybe the raspberry. One of the things that I found out when doing things on the polymer clay is that it doesn't have as much of a tooth as paper does. So you have to be careful. You can end up rubbing too hard and just peeling your color off or giving it weird patches. So this is one of those things that you work very lightly and smoothly. You work as light and smooth as you can. Don't push really hard, because if you push too hard, you're going to end up with it getting too deeply layered and it will fall apart. Your drawing will fall apart. So I'm just sort of putting this swirl through here with this raspberry, which it's kind of surprising to me that I'm going to use raspberry, but it's what I grabbed, and I guess when I tested it on this dark blue, it was a little bit different. That's okay. It's sort of going to be amber. It's sort of going to be a fantasy stone. I want to have a bright, light type of spot right here. So I'm just working this in a little bit heavier, not super heavy, but I'm working it in heavier just in that area where I know I want that light to be. And I know I want to have a little bit of a light up here at the top edge also. And just like everything, even when we're doing it lightly, we're going to have layers. It makes it so much better. Everything's better with layers. except summertime clothes. Too many layers summertime clothes, it just gets a little too hot. Now I'm going to take that cadmium orange hue and I'm sort of working it over some of those open spaces. I'm not going to wipe out all of my yellow that I left as sort of pure yellow, but I'm going to take this and sort of use it as my unifying color. Just blending it, just letting it blend. Now I did sand this just a tiny bit, and if you look here, you can kind of see some little scratch marks. That's what sanding does. Sanding just puts a lot of little scratches so close and tight together that it feels smooth. But generally, when you're sanding something, you're not going to color on it with colored pencils that will show every single little tiny speck of imperfection. And now I've got that yellow to orange, and I'm going to just sort of bring that in right along by the yellow and around that outside edge by the yellow. And again, I'm going to take this one over, sort of like a unifying color on top of the unifying color. And I'm taking it over everything except for my tiny little spot of white and my straight yellow dot, tiny bit of yellow that I want to keep just bright. There we go. And then we will take the white. There's my white. And I'm going to lay some white right in on that spot that I left open up here at the top. And I'm going to lay a bit of that white even down here, swinging it around, because that white is sort of like my blender. It's a very cloudy amber. And I am going to grab the Tuscan red. Tuscan red to be my shadow underneath. Sort of skipping that spot where that bright yellow is, moving around to the other edge. And this one, it actually has some imperfections. It's not a perfect sphere. It's got a little bit of up and down and in and out. And there's some places where the dark color has sort of creeped in a bit. Given it a swirl. Not all amber is perfectly clear. Not all amber is translucent or transparent. But they can be a combination of things also. Oh, that's pretty. Even if it isn't amber, it's pretty. All right, so I've got a Micron 02 pen. I'm going to go ahead and give that little outline around the gem. Look how nice that pen just draws on this white polymer clay. I am so happy about that. It's nice and smooth. There we go. And then I think I am going to do something along the lines of this design. So just different colors. I like how that turned out. So I'm just going to go and throw some circles on that are going to get made into gems. And I am not going to be worried if I get the perfect spacing. If I end up with 3 on one side and 4 in another, it's okay. Or maybe I'll end up with 5 on one side. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Then there's these lovely little V's between each of those circles, those little circles. This is not a true snowflake, but it makes me think of a snowflake. It gives me the impression of a snowflake. And now over the top of those, I'm going to do these little points. This is what really makes it feel more snowflakey. It's these little sort of spear point diamonds. Now you could do this design on the polymer clay. You could also do it on a wooden disc or on cardstock or cardboard. Anything that you can draw on, you can do this design. You're not trapped into going out and spending money just to do something fun. I like being able to do these projects with what I have around. That being said, I did go out and buy the polymer clay because I had another project in mind that I wanted to do. Look at that. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so now we're going to do these little gems around here. And the little gems are simple gems. They are just basically 2-color gems. There's a bright color and a darker color. So I'm going to go in with the bright yellow to orange to give these gems some color. I'm sort of moving where the dot is as I go around. Now, if you have the time, you can let this pen dry just a little bit, because if you let it dry, it will become non-smearing. You do need to let it dry all the way, though. I'm going ahead and putting that color, that same yellow to orange, up into the tips of the diamond spear points. I guess is what I'm calling them, because that's what they look like. There we go. And see, I even went ahead and did those ones right there where the hole is, just because it makes it look like, aha, I found this cool piece of something and I punched a hole in it so I could make it into an ornament. And let's see, do I want the orangey or do I want the reddish? I think I want the darker orange. Let's see. Yep, that's what I wanted, the darker orange. And I'm making that into sort of a U shape to snuggle around that bright yellow to orange dot. So this is the cadmium orange. And you don't get to do a lot of layers. But as you saw, we were able to do, I could even go back and do more. A tiny bit more. I might go back in with a dark color right around that bottom edge inside of the setting, or I might not. Okay, so I got sidetracked and started coloring diamonds while I was right there also. So I'm trying to not touch the black pen too much right now. Just a bit going around. Trying not to touch the black pen. But if you do a little bit, it just becomes part of the shadowing. You just squiggle it around. So I'm doing the darker orange here at the base of each of these spear point diamonds. At that base. And we are almost done. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy this project, please click that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you'll find out when I do more videos, and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to check out all of the other fun videos up in the iCard now for the hashtag CAC gift exchange. The videos will be up forever and ever, so don't feel stress at this time of year. I'm going to take my Signo Uniball UM153 white pen and do some highlights on this one. There we go. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, that makes that just jump right up there. And then we're going to put some random little dots and dashes around here on these little ones. They sort of catch the light in different angles. And I'm even going to put a little bit up on these spear points. There we go. Almost done. There you are. So all I'll do next, or to finish it off, is to take about a 10-inch piece of ribbon, fold it in half, tie a knot in it, and then all I'll do is poke that ribbon through the hole. That drinking straw makes a really nice big hole to be able to put that hanger on. And now you have this pretty little ornament ready for the tree, ready to give as a gift. It would actually work if you put it on like a satin rat tail cord. You could use that as a pendant. Just one more thing. This is not a permanent surface right now. I mean, it's permanent. You could let this hang. You could use it as an ornament. But if you want to make it so that it's a little more durable, you can hit this with a little bit of spray varnish or a brush-on varnish that is made for polymer clay, or something that you have tested on a spare piece that has been baked. Just scribble some colored pencil and your pen, and then let that pen dry. Spray the whole thing with a little bit of your varnish to test, to see if it makes it run or anything. You don't want it to make your pretty hard work go away. So here is a sunny gem, all done, sparkling there for your wintertime enjoyment. And I really appreciate that you came and hung out with me. I hope that you will check out the other people in the hashtag CAC gift exchange, see all their projects. Remember to take care of yourself so you can take care of others around you by going out and doing something creative. Take care. Bye-bye.